Today I'm going to be going over why inside sales and actually doing sales scripts properly is going to be the best thing you can do in your business. I'm going to be going over proven call scripts, proven templates that work for better lead conversion and better appointment booking conversion. So the takeaway I want you guys to have on this YouTube video is basically how increasing your lead conversion rates by using predictable appointment booking scripts as well as closing scripts will allow you to streamline your sales process so that later down the road, if you want to hire more agents on your team or if you just want to get better at selling yourself, you can do it in a systematized way that you know works. This is how we've currently got 2 agents already booking a lot of appointments, qualifying these appointments, as well as converting them into closings down the line. We helped Jody book 3 appointments with qualified buyers in 10 days, and she got 3 additional buyer appointments with us in less than 30 days. Again, stated initially, she was a real estate agent who lacked experience in the digital marketing aspect, as well as achieving a streamlined sales process. She now has a steady stream of potential customers entering the sales funnel, consisting of high qualified leads, and again, appointments are being regularly scheduled. She has her quote here. You guys can check out our website and read that more in detail. We've also helped Kaylee get 3 buyer appointments and 1 showing in 10 days. Again, she was skeptical about lead gen companies and didn't really understand how all that works, but now she understands that with this streamlined process, as well as consistent lead flow, you can increase your rates by a lot. So here's some tidbits, right? Sales and lead conversion is one of the most important things to nail as a realtor, right? It's actually probably the only thing you really need to become a multiple 6-figure, 7-figure realtor, right? A streamlined sales and marketing process. And of course, I want to get down to 3 main things, right? In every business, there's 3 parts. There's marketing, there's sales, and then there's fulfillment. Luckily, in real estate, the fulfillment isn't huge, right? In terms of, I know it's a lot of tedious things back and forth with showings, with clients and all that stuff, but it's not super technical, right? It's pretty streamlined. The hardest part is getting the attention, right? Getting the leads, right? Which is why I want to talk to you about that today, as well as even more importantly, how you can close those leads to become clients of yours in the future, right? So if you miss the middle part, again, which is sales, you're not going to be able to have the success because without the sales, you can't reach the third part, which is you actually fulfilling on being an agent, right? And that's closing deals and getting your clients into, of course, the home of their dreams. Now, online leads is a bit of a different game, right? It's a completely different mindset in terms of sales. There is a different way to talk, first of all. Nurture, which I would say is the most important, as well as the thing that most agents don't do. And then finally, again, a lot of agents don't do this and they miss out on it, is educate them because they don't know who you are, right? And people always like reciprocity. They always like when you give first rather than ask first, right? And a lot of realtors just say, this, they do all this stuff, but they don't actually give valuable information before getting that ask, which is like, listen, John, let me sell your home or let me help you buy a home, right? Especially the first-time home buyers who want to build rapport with you. So again, to reiterate, the only way to make money as an agent is to set appointments and close appointments. Like if you actually break it down, it's pretty simple. If you're not setting appointments, you're not doing the first step you need because you need inbound lead flow and outbound, of course. Inbound's better, but if you have outbound, it's just as good. As well as you need to be closing, right? So those are the 2 metrics you need to look at. How many leads are coming in and how many leads am I closing, right? As getting his clients. If you can't do that, it's very hard to be successful as a realtor. It's a super simple thing, but again, it's harder said than done, as most things in life. So I kind of want to give you the workflow, right? You got to first have either a call, an email, a text, a voicemail drop. That's the initial thing to get an appointment and to bring them in. And then of course, after that, you want to get that in-person meeting, right? Which could be a showing, could be them coming to the office to talk to you more, even you meeting up at their house, all that stuff, right? So it's a pretty simple process, but again, I'm going to explain to you in a second here scripts and templates we use in order to allow you to actually make it happen and streamline it. So the non-negotiable sales process rules that you might follow, right? It's got to be that you always call leads. Again, the agents who take action and call their leads will always get the best results. Call leads from 5 to 8 p.m. daily, call back-to-back if no answer, and use proven scripts, right? So here's a proven text script that we know works pretty well in terms of booking on text. And like I've explained in many other YouTube videos, a lot of millennials and younger generation people who are going to become their first-time home buyers become those clients that you can have lifetime value with, right? A lot of agents also, I know I'm going to get in a little bit of a loop here, but a lot of agents neglect the lifetime value of a client, right? So it's better actually, even though sometimes first-time home buyers are harder to deal with, to get them as clients, because then down the line, again, I think the average is like 5 to 7 transactions for an average person, like in terms of home sales in their lifetime. So if you get a first time home buyer and you build a lot of rapport, right? You're getting the lifetime value into 5 or 7 transactions rather than working with like a senior who's probably only going to move 1 or 2 more times, right? So again, it's interesting to look at it that way rather than just like, oh, this guy's going to give me a lot of work because he's a first-time home buyer. He probably doesn't have the pre-approval, all that stuff, right? So there's different ways of looking at it. But to get back into the scripts, right? With the predictable appointment setting script, you want to ask only one qualifying question at a time. And I'll tell you why this is really important, because I see some agents either on their emails or texts or even like voicemail drops putting blurbs of information rather than actually making it like a conversational flow, right? When you have a conversation with someone, you don't say this question, this question, this question, this question all at once, right? You don't make a paragraph of questions. You say, oh, John, tell me about this. And then they respond back. And then you're like, oh, John, how many bedrooms you're looking for, right? If you did this in person, you wouldn't say like a blurb. You would have a conversation about it. So that's what we really try and we really try and reiterate with agents, is that you want, when you're booking an appointment, to be like a conversation rather than just like a statement that they answer all at once, right? So we're looking for higher engagement. And again, this will increase engagement. There should be a minimum effort for the lead to respond. It should be easy, like yes, no, 2, 3, like very easy for them to respond. And you do not want to make the mistake of dumping all your, like I said, qualifying questions in one text. And you want to emphasize more than anything the speed to lead, right? If you're not getting to those responses right away, you're making mistakes, right? Because the agent who responds the fastest is the agent who's going to get the most amount of leads, the most amount of booked appointments, the most amount of closings, right? It's all a funnel at the end of the day. So here's just an example here. The initial lead response from like a campaign, like for example, like a homes list where someone would opt in, would be like, yeah, sure, send me the homes list, right? And then we get into qualifying. Now this is where our ISA and our AI does this for our agents, but these are just things you can use to help qualify your leads, right? You could say, okay, great. I just need you to answer a few questions so I can send you the right homes. Where is your preferred location, right? They're going to tell you, for example, let's say it's in Toronto, Ontario. Now, Toronto, Ontario is a huge city. So there's multiple different suburbs, right? So maybe instead of Toronto, Ontario, they say North York, which is a more specified suburb within the greater Toronto area, right? So we're trying to get down to that pinpoint location so that when you do send them the MLS, you do send them the matrix homes list, whatever it is that you send them, it's very specific and it's tailored to them, right? The riches are in the niches. So the more niche you can get down, the more money you can make. And then of course, we're trying to get how many bedrooms and bathrooms. We're trying to see like, yeah, this is the type of the house we're looking for, whether it's a 2-bedroom, 4-bath, right? Whatever it is, right? We're just trying to get more information. And then now this is really good too, right? You say, all right, you acknowledge that they said something, right? And then you say, are you a first-time home buyer or do you need to sell a home first? Now, the reason we ask that is because we can get 2 transactions out of them sometimes, right? If they need to sell a home and then they need to buy one. So we can get 2 at once, which is really good. We're looking for sellers in the script, right? And then the most important one is to see if they're pre-approved, because this allows you to identify if they're a warm lead or if they're a hot lead. Because if they're pre-approved, they're a pretty hot lead, right? And that's when you should call them and get on the phone and use the scripts I'm going to show you soon, right? After they've said that, then you get into the actual booking time, right? So if you have an assistant, you can use the second one here. Okay, got it. John offers a no obligation meet and greet where he can answer all of your questions. Are available for a quick time, blah, 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 at such and such date. Or if you're an assistant, if you're not the assistant, it's just you can say, all right, are you available at such and such time at such and such date, right? And here are some proven examples just through our text messaging and our AI and our ISA qualifying, right? They say, yes, are you still looking for a home? Yes. Okay, great. I just need to answer a few questions. Where's your preferred location? They said, Antioch. How many bedrooms, bathrooms? 3 rooms, 2 bathrooms. Great. How much preferred budget? What do you mean? 2,500 or more? Are you already a first-time homebuyer? Do you need to sell them first? First-time home buyer, right? Blah, 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 blah. I think this was a mistake here. It's probably 250,000. But yeah, that's just an example, right? And then here's another example here. Vaughan, Richmond Hill. This is in Canada here. 3 beds, 3 baths. Great as your budget. Max 1.2 million. All right. Are you a first-time home buyer? No, I'm going to keep and buy the other one as a second. So this is probably an investment, right? Pre-approved? No, right? Are you available for a quick call? All that stuff, right? Qualifying. Then once they booked them in for 2 p.m. So now I'm going to show you the call script we use. That was the texting script to book an appointment. Now I'm going to show you the call script, right? Most sales scripts always follow the same process, right? It's a question-based qualifying process. We're trying to ask them questions to see if we can actually help them out or not, because there's no point working with a tire kicker or someone who's actually not going to do business with you, right? You're just wasting both of your times. Ideally, you want to be calling leads on the same day that they respond to you, right? Again, the agent who takes action most is the agent who will succeed. Again, if it is during the day, then call back between 5 to 8 p.m. when they're not at work and they're able to take your phone call, right? Always let the clients talk. Always listen first. Do not step in. Wait till they're fully done talking, right? You want to get as much information and acknowledge that they're speaking to you as easy as possible, right? And then here's just an example. I'll role play with you. Hello, I'm looking for John. Oh, hi, John. My name is Aiden. I'm calling from such and such area. How are you? I'm just responding to your inquiry on the list of homes in Aurora. Just want to check in with you and get that sent over. It's from my understanding that you're currently looking to move. Is that correct, John? And then they'll say, if they're maybe not sure about signing up, no worries. It's actually on Facebook. You get clicked on one of our ads for homes list in such and such city. Let's say it's Toronto, right? If they don't remember, and then these are just objection handlers we built out, right? They don't remember. They say, that's fine. We do have your contact information here, John. And it's from my understanding that you're looking to purchase a home. Is that correct? Right? Then if they're not moving, you kind of ask questions to spark a question to find their true intentions so we can qualify and then book an appointment, right? So you say, okay, hey, John, where do you live currently? How long have you lived in such and such neighborhood? If you were able to make a move, where would you like to go? Oh, when would that be? Oh, okay. The reason I asked is because we have access to exclusive properties that are not found online and available at amazing prices. Blah, blah, blah. Would that be of interest to you? And then they'd say, okay, great. Is there anything in such and such area they're looking for? Oh, yeah, Aurora is great. And John, when do you plan on moving? Great, man. Where do you live right now? Oh, you live in Aurora. Nice. Oh my gosh. So what's the reason you're looking to move from Aurora to London? Oh, got it. Well, as you know, the homes list on the list, the homes on the list we're about to offer is about 700K in the area. Is that the established price range you'd want to be in? Super, right? This is just for acknowledging. This is trying to get them to know, building rapport with the client, right? And then again, I have more objection and handlers here. Like if it's out of budget, you could say, I don't think you'll be able to get a home in that price range. However, I can take a closer look for you. In fact, I put together a list of available homes in the area for you if you're available or later this evening, and I can run through them together and get a better idea of what exactly it is you're looking for. How does that sound, right? You're trying to, again, help them out as much. You don't, if someone gives you an objection, don't just be like, oh, okay, whatever. You want to, again, get them back in the loop of the conversation flow to then help them solve their next problem. You want to be a problem solver, right? If they're not sure, you can say something like, no worries. If you like, I can get my lender to reach out to you and help determine which options are available, right? Have you spoken with a lender mortgage broker before about the current rates, right? Gotcha. If you like, I can have my lender reach out to you and give you information that when we get off the line. If they want to sell, you say, okay, and what are your plans for getting your home sold? Lovely. So what I'd like to do for you is set up your VIP home seller's appointment where I could meet at your home, share a plan that will get your house sold, which has worked for dozens of families just like yourself, and showcase how we get you from moving to such and such a location to a new location in such a time frame, right? How does that sound? So there's a lot of things you can do, and there's a lot of scripts we know that agents utilize in order to help them book better appointments, right? And I can go through all of this here for you, but basically all this is just the ability for you to maneuver to the next problem and solve it for them, right? Because if you're not a problem solver as an agent, you're not going to be a great agent. Agents should be solving problems for their clients, right? Like I'll give you another example here. Let's say they say yes. Oh, you are, right? Have you signed anything obligation yourself to that agent, right? Then they could say something. Friend in the business would be like, for sure, everyone knows someone in the business. We do recommend that when purchasing a home, you can keep your options open. This is likely the biggest investment you ever make in your life. So I'd love the opportunity to show you how we've helped many other home buyers in the past. Add a unique selling proposition. Specify what you do differently than other agents. That will allow you to have a marketing factor that most agents don't because everyone else markets the same, right? If they're resistant, you say, if we're to meet John, it'd be for a conversation what you would compare, right? Apples to apples would be no obligation. You can decide whichever way you decide to go, but at least you'll know and be certain that you're making the right decision, not only for you, but the sake for your family, for your wife, so you guys can move into the dream home. Does that make sense, right? So again, you're trying to always, if you can be good at sales, you can be good at a lot of things in real estate because sales at the end of the day is the biggest thing, right? You can generate as many leads and book as many appointments as you want, but if you're not good at doing this stuff and you're not good at actually like getting the deal done and helping them objection handle and all that stuff, you're not making trends, right? So that's it there basically. Again, appointment reminders are very important as well. We've helped our agents use this guilty confirmation script, and you should be able to see much higher rates if you use this. Now I'm going to go through this just because I think it's super important. I'm going to role play it again. So hi John, this is Aiden calling from Keller Williams. How are you, right? I'm spending more time here putting together all the information for a consultation tomorrow, and I'm just about finished with it. The reason I'm calling John is because I want to confirm a couple details with you, right? I want to confirm that you want Aurora, $1 million listing price, next 2 months, right? Excellent. Are you the only decision maker in this purchase? If no, perfect. Okay, awesome. Will your wife be attending with you as well, right? Perfect. I'm excited to see you tomorrow at 5 p.m., right? And then if they objection handle, I'll be like, no, I want to cancel the appointment. They say something like, we decided to wait or we decided not to purchase. Thanks for letting me know that, right? What specifically has been holding you off right now? They say the reason. You say, okay, that makes complete sense to hold off on the purchasing. Let's go ahead and meet John for about 15 minutes so we can go over all the information you need to know when you purchase. That way, when you do make an informed decision on when the best time to get back in the market is, right? Again, you're always trying to provide as much value in your lead conversion appointment booking and in your scripting rather than just saying, oh, okay, you know what, that makes sense. Like, you want to continually keep the conversation going. The longer, I realize this is a stat, the longer you can keep keep a lead on the phone with you as an agent, the more that lead will be willing to do a transaction with you because you're building that rapport, you're learning more about them, as well as sometimes people don't actually tell you the real information that you want to hear until like 15 minutes in the conversation, right? So if you're having quick phone calls with leads, you're not building that rapport, right? So I know this is a lot here, but we have a lot of this in our database. A lot of these scripts that agents use and agents in our program are using to kill it. And I honestly think this is our most important video because if you're not good at actually converting on the leads that we get for you, you get for yourself, whoever gets for you, you're not going to be able to increase your GCI, right? So if you guys want to learn more about how we help agents like this, like how we've helped Kaylee and Jody, feel free to check the link in the description, book a call with us, or DM me Instagram GCI, and I can help you out and we can figure out where we want to take this in the next steps. But yeah, guys, hope you're getting great value from these videos. I'm trying to do my best for you, and you guys have a great one.